Suzanne LeRoux of One Love Organics.
I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder. Is this good? I'm Suzanne of One Love Organics. This is a skincare business that truly started out of my passion. I was a practicing attorney in Glenn County for over 5 years, and I did small business and estate planning. I started my career here at SunTrust in the trust department, and then went out into private practice after that. And when I stopped to have children, my husband, who is also a practicing attorney, I took some time off. We had kids successively, and during this time I really got back to my passion, and that was formulating cosmetic products. And I have formulated cosmetic products as a hobby for about 17 years now. So this was year 10, and my husband would come home after a busy day of practicing law, and there would be no dinner, but there would be fresh skincare products. And this went on for 3 years, to where I actually had time and money to buy ingredients and cosmetic chemistry courses. And so over those 3 years, I did it like a lot. So at the end of 3 years, when the kids were starting into preschool, I looked at going back to practicing law, and I just didn't want to. And there's a lot of attorneys in Glenn County as well, so there was no need, and I didn't want to. So my husband said, why don't you start a skincare business? And that really scared me and floored me. No one had ever suggested this to me before. And I was like, well, I mean, I can't do that. And he said, why not? So I started looking into contract manufacturers. So here's the interesting thing about skincare. Most skincare is made in New Jersey, Florida, and California in about 12 manufacturing facilities. There's only about 2,000 people in the whole U.S. that are in this industry at all. It's very closed, it's very tight-knit, and unless you're in, you're out. A lot of the stores that you go to, like Walgreens, they have their own secret brands like Boots. So companies will go in and create their own skincare brands that you have no idea that they own. They source them out to one of the 12 large contract manufacturers, and that's pretty much what you get on the shelf, whether you're at Target, Walmart, or Bergdorf Goodman. It's the same product. And their goal is to keep it about 10 cents an ounce. So the next time you buy your $150 cream, you'll know that. So I started visiting with contract manufacturers, and we went down that road. And they looked at my formulas and they said, these are about 50 times more expensive than anything on the market. We can't make it. Or you'll need to let us work with our cosmetic chemists and dumb them down. And so I said, well, no, I mean, that's not what I wanted to do, and that's not why I would think about starting my own business. I'm not a marketer. I make skincare. And that's the big difference, and that's who our company is now. So a lot of what you see is the same thing marketed differently. It's different words, it's different packaging, but it's all the same stuff. That's not my passion, marketing. My passion is skincare. So this was about after a year of working with contract manufacturers and trying to find a solution. I told my husband, I said, we are going to have to build our own manufacturing facility if we want to do this. And that's when he was like, whoa, don't know if we can do that. So we took another year of really exploring what that would look like. What kind of space would we need? Who regulates that? How does the equipment work? Who would work the equipment? So that took another year, but we did it. We decided to do it just one thing at a time, starting piece by piece. And so we got a designer, got our logo, got the look and feel, got the skincare products, the packaging. As Bo said, it was very expensive, very complicated, from everything from the UPC codes to getting it all right. And we go up to New York and we launch this with the press. We go to retailers, And it's been a really interesting, exciting journey. We're in our 7th year now. And the interesting part is once you go to the retailers, which is why I was asking Bo what his distribution channels are, you realize pretty much in this industry, all the distribution channels are locked up tight. So it's been one of learning. And so I guess my question for you today, or the problem that we still face, is how do we take a skincare company like this and really differentiate ourselves to the consumer to see that it's unique, one-of-a-kind formulas. It's third-party EcoCert certified. We're the only EcoCert licensed manufacturing facility in the state of Georgia. We're one of 10 in the U.S. We make everything in really small, super high-quality batches. I can literally and comfortably say what we produce, there's not anything like it on the shelves. We're really unique and one-of-a-kind. So how do we get the quality of our craftsmanship, the uniqueness of our story, and the high level of efficacy? How do we get that to the consumer quickly through our packaging and on the shelf? And how do we get more skincare direct to the consumer? So the largest problem that our consumer has is they get confused very easily, and they want someone to hold their hand and tell them what their routine is, what their skin type is. So that's the issue that we're working on now, is to how to use our website and our direct sales skills to increase the market and create an experience on our site that's unlike any other that matches our skincare experience.
What percentage of this kind of product is bought in the store versus off the internet, you know?
I do. So right now we are about 50-50. We're about 50% in stores, 50% online. We would like, our goal is for our online sales to support the whole operation and have wholesale just as an add-on. Because wholesale is very fickle. Yes?
You mentioned the contract manufacturers saying it was about 50 times the normal price. How did the retail price compare?
Well, so our retail pricing is moderate. Our products are anywhere priced from $12 to $75. So that's the low end to the high end. And in our market, that's very moderate, where skin creams and serums go anywhere from $100 to $325. It's a very high price market, and we're in the moderate. You know, the products that are in the $10 to $30 range, I don't know how they do that or what's in there. That's really, really cheap.
You're saying the average consumer, if most of these products you buy the same thing, instead of different brands, they'll know it's right.
Right. So like I have women tell me, you know, well, I only get things at Neiman Marcus and I spend $1,000 a month on skincare, and then someone else says, well, I go to Walmart and my cream is $10. Marketing and packaging aside, they're using pretty much the same thing.
You have a video or YouTube type thing on your website?
We do. We have a page of tutorials, but we've been advised recently to actually have more like live Q&A so that people can talk to us and
Exciting?
yes, more exciting.
It
Well, that's what we would hope.
Strikes me very similar to the men's cosmetics line that's gotten popular in the last couple of years called Harry's.
Yes. Yes.
So they did something very similar where instead of contract manufacturing a razor blade, they bought German plant so that they can manufacture their own blades. Very similar to you saying, I'm not going to go the typical industry route, I'm going to do this myself and do it the right way. And I think part of how they've gotten that message out has been partnering with some, you know, we can classify it, but there's a subscription claim a website called Puckberry that sells men's goods. It's clothing, outdoor equipment, colognes, you name it. And a lot of times, Puckberry will promote Harry, sell their story through their email campaigns and links to websites and YouTube pages. But all of the links and all the storyline is around the things you're emphasizing, that you quality control it, you use high quality ingredients and all the things that make yours different. So is there something that you could partner with, tell your story, sell other business?
So does Huckberry actually sell their products, or it's just a referral?
They do sell the products directly through Huckberry, but getting the brand name out for Harry is the way. And that's just one example of where I've seen Harry push.
Well, we have worked with Anthropologie, and right now we are going into Anthropologie's other brand called Free People. And so we do partner with stores like that. But I do have to say, we haven't been very successful in really getting out what makes us different. And that's why I'm struggling with how is that not coming across and how we can do that better. Because the story's there. I can show you guys, we have pictures of our manufacturing facility on our website. We tell the story of how we're made, why we're made, and our certification.
Where are you finding 50% of direct to consumer right now? How are you obtaining those?
They actually come to us. So that's
Through word
our
of mouth, or
yes. So that's kind of been our business strategy thus far, is we've gotten really great press and we have a really strong social media presence. So we wait for the retailers to come to us, because honestly we couldn't filter out who all has a contract or a previous relationship with their own brand. So we just wait for them to come to us, and then we're very selective. We take really high-end specialty boutiques that would kind of be akin to Beau Shop, where they're really doing it right and there's a high level of customer service. I think she's
My question to you is, what problem are you solving? What would you solve for me with your skincare?
The problem that I would be solving for you is that you would actually be getting skincare that had all the efficacious ingredients in the right levels. We dermatologically test everything, so you're actually with us getting what you paid for, and it's fresh.
As a consumer, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but as a consumer, what does that mean for me? Does that mean that my skin is going to be smoother? Does it mean that it's going to be smoother in 1 day or 12 days? Does it mean that my makeup is going to stay fresh? Does it mean that I won't have to shine at 3 o'clock? I mean, that's important to me. And the reason I ask that is because when people are looking online, they're not searching for the efficacy of the product. They're searching for the problem they're wanting to solve. And I would put in, how will I get the oil off my face at 3 o'clock, or keep it off? And whatever pops up is what I'm going to look at. So I'm suggesting that perhaps in your online marketing, you're marketing it based on the problems you're going to solve for the women or the men who are going to use your product. I actually find your website very enticing. I'm going to look at it this afternoon, but that's a question that's something that I would suggest in terms of online marketing. People search for problems that they want solved.
So I would like to ask you that, because I agree with you that people do look for problem-based things, but our line helps you to have healthier skin for a lifetime. So when things market to you that they'll turn your skin around in a day or 12 days, that's not the truth. Or they're using really strong ingredients like alcohol that will strip the skin immediately. And over time, there are many ingredients that will strip the skin and thin the skin. So you see a lot of women in their mid-40s walking around with that thin, red, angry skin. That's from all of the acids, alcohols, retinols that are combined with mineral oil and parabens that have just really ruined their skin. So instead of just looking at things problem by problem, we're looking at long-term skin health.
And I agree with you. I'm on board with you. I'm on board with you. My suggestion though is that in the online market, because it's so big
It is.
and it's so vast, people are not looking for the solution necessarily when they search. They're putting in the problem. They're putting in what's bothering them. They're putting in their issue. And so in order to get them to all of the wonderful things that you are offering, you have to think how they're going to look for us.
So would it work then to address the skincare problem and then explain the philosophy?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's part of your
Yes.
story. So this is the benefit that we give you. And that's where you gotta highlight are your benefits. Not using those big words that are not gonna mean anything to anyone else. That's right. And you can say, this is a woman that's used harsh chemicals on her face. This is what the woman that doesn't use looks like. And you show that, and you illustrate that.
I wonder who would let me take their picture. You've got good skin. You're not a before and after. You're the after.
Is it possible to sell or to be associated with a high-end spa that is selling a healthful experience because you sit in a tub of lemon, but that you also have products that are uniquely healthy is what they do, or are spas tied up with the channels that you want to try to find a way around?
Spas can actually be one of the most tied up channels. They have very long-standing and lucrative on their end contracts. When we first started going to visit spas, especially locally in the whole Southeast region, because again, no one in Georgia and really the Southeast is doing what we're doing. And so we went and sat down with spas, and we got a lot of questions like, well, our supplier sends us to Europe every year. Can you do that? So it was all based on what we could do for them. And I'm really cynical now because I hear these same people touting this awesome skincare, but really it's just because they get to go to Europe in the summer. So we really have to stand out in our own way and work with partners that are genuine.
Thank you.
So quick question, Jeff. How are you getting customer feedback, and how is that being incorporated into your branding and marketing message?
So you can leave reviews online in our shop, and we do get a lot of reviews. And then we get tons of customer service emails. People really like to give feedback. And then we have our very active social media channels. And people leave comments, questions, suggestions there. And we're about to start implementing surveys so that we can ask people these questions like, that was great advice, to really see what they're thinking versus what we're thinking.
Have you tried approaching QVC and their new product offerings?
I have, and they too own a lot of the brands that are on there.
Okay.
We are in Birchbox, and we've done Birchbox 3 times. That's a very expensive way to get your name out. To do a typical box, they want you to commit to about 30,000 pieces, and that's about, a $30,000 investment just for the little samples.
I guess you talked to dermatologists, and I guess that would also be more difficult since I know there's one dermatologist in their own line of product.
That's right. So dermatologists usually get a different split of the revenue, or they have contract manufacturers who will put a label on their products for them to sell at a much higher margin. So dermatologist offices are not even a consideration.
Are there certain parts of the country or areas where you see more customers coming from?
Yes, so most of our customers are in New York and California. That's where our concentration is for sure. I would say that's 70% of our business. We have gotten more coverage in the South. We were featured in Southern Living last year, and we were a Garden and Gun award finalist last year, so that really helped. But the South is still kind of dark for us, and we're not sure why.
Are you doing any sponsorships, like beauty pageants, and giving a suite of your products to the winners for the first?
No, I haven't even thought of that.
That gets it out.
That's a great
And again, the stylists that are working on the Gallagher's hair are high-end stylists too.
That's a great idea, thank you.
Do you feel like you're at any sort of a geographical disadvantage, or is that like an easy, I always wondered that myself, or is that just like an easy cop-out? Or do you sometimes feel like, man, if I was just in a different place, if I were in California, or if I were in New York, it'd be a little...
I don't, and I'll tell you, I think it makes our story more exotic. I recently was just named by Sephora, or our business was, as one of the top 8 beauty businesses in US, Canada, and Brazil. They see us as one of the 8 startups that has the most potential to go national. And I went to their boot camp for a week, and they said that we're the only skincare company in the world made on St. Simon's Island. And that really stood out to them and was a great story. And they said that sometimes when you're in California, the California people, you're too local. They want to buy something from New York. The people in New York want to buy something in California. And they're like, you're out of the mix. You're doing what nobody else is doing. And it's a really unique story. And then second, to these markets, the South's really hot right now.
Yeah.
They're really, you know, as the world becomes more homogenous, we're really unique in that we still have accents, we still have a different way of life, and they're very drawn to that. So I think the story that we're here actually helps us. And then the last thing, I don't know if you've looked at this, but I don't think we could afford to do business anywhere else. You know, with manufacturing, you got to be somewhere where it's, cost effective.
Thought about having your own St. Simon's retail store, sort of like Tipsy?
Yes, we have, and we just did a business plan on that and looked at space, and it doesn't touch what our sales are online or through wholesale. So I feel like right now at this stage it would break up the group for not very much return.
Well, I'm just thinking that on St. Simon's, you get a global customer. You're not just selling to people that live here. You would be selling to people that vacation here. And thus the word would spread because you're selling to them.
We would like to do that, but on our list of projects, that's like number 5 for the rate of return that we think we would get. Even with the exposure, it would be very expensive. Thank y'all.
Thank you very much. I believe One Love Organics was the Glenn County Small Manufacturer of the Year this year. So that's very, very good. Until next time, please spread the word. Follow us, like us, friend us, tweet us, or whatever you do. Please connect with us, leave business cards, spread the word, ask questions. If you know somebody who would like to get up here and present, thank you. Next time we have Richland Rum and Linda Yates, professional coaching. And we will see you all. That will be July 6th, right here, same place, same time. Thank you very much.